Hello everyone, my name is Madhuri Suthar. I'm a PhD candidate in Professor Behram Jalali's lab in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. I welcome you all to my talk titled Natural Algorithms for Image and Video Enhancement. The main focus of today's talk will be my PhD work that involves development of new image and video processing methods which are inspired from physical phenomena. The motivation behind this way of designing computational imaging algorithm is that nature in itself is self-sufficient, simple, and more direct. At the same time, traditionally, we are not a computer science lab. We are an applied physics lab or an optical physics lab. And our lab specializes in high throughput instrumentation, particularly in photonic time stretch, a real-time measurement technology that pioneered in Jalali lab. Now, this technology was originally developed to overcome the speed limitations of electronic digitizers. But over the years, it has enabled ultra-fast single-shot spectroscopy, imaging, and other measurements at refresh rates reaching billions of frames per second. It has also led to the discovery of new scientific phenomena such as optical rogue waves, oscillatory motion of soliton molecules, and observation of birth of mode locking in laser. So, by taking inspirations from these physical phenomena, we can craft qualitatively new algorithms that have unprecedented performance compared to conventionally designed algorithms prevalent in computer science community. But the question is, how can we do this? As my first example, I showed that dispersive propagation of light has properties that can be exploited for extracting features from a signal. For this, we start with the master equation for pulse propagation in a dispersive fiber. We rewrite this equation in a more generalized form by using notation for phase and amplitude operation. We then discretize this equation for one-dimensional and two-dimensional form, and then implement an additional step of phase detection, which actually leads us to the definition of phase stretch transform. Now, phase stretch transform is a physics-inspired feature detection method that transforms the image by emulating propagation through a dispersive medium with engineered 3D dispersive property, which is followed by a coherent phase detection. This transform is based on a nonlinear dispersive phase operation applied to the spectrum of the image. The main step is this 2D phase function, which is applied in frequency domain, and the amount of phase applied is a function of frequency, with higher amount of phase applied to high frequency. Since sharp transitions in an image, such as corners or edges, contain high frequency, PST emphasizes this edge information. PST was open sourced on GitHub and MATLAB Central File Exchange in 2016, and since then it has received extraordinary endorsement by the software and image processing community. The reason for this interest is because our transform offers certain unique properties. To demonstrate these unique properties, let's look at an example image which has challenging features to detect. As you can see in the example image, the conventional derivative-based operators have a linear response. And as such, the response is higher for high contrast. Whereas with phase stretch transform, which is intrinsically nonlinear and has an inbuilt equalization ability, PST is able to capture low contrast details that are not visible even in the original image. PST has also been applied to microscopy images that were captured using photon activated localization, where you inherently have a limitation on spatial localization of molecules. As you can see here in the original image, it is difficult to resolve the presence of emitter molecules. But with our feature detection method, phase stretch transform, we can extract these low contrast molecules and achieve better spatial localization. Also, PST equalizes the input image brightness across a range of intensities, resulting in a high dynamic range, which is very useful for feature detection in visually impaired images. For example, the images acquired here are in foggy environment. As you can see, PST is able to capture the low contrast details across a high light level in the image. Now, this discovery spearheaded development of a new class of digital algorithms for feature extraction from digital images with unique and superior properties compared to conventional methods. The second example is a decomposition method that draws inspiration from birefringent diffractive propagation. This decomposition method, which we term as phase stretch adaptive gradient field extractor PAGE, embeds the original image into a set of feature maps that selects the semantic information at different spatial frequency and orientation. Now, PAGE, or phase stretch adaptive gradient field extractor, extends the functionality of PST as it not only supports low contrast feature detection but also provides the information of direction of a particular feature. This is important for a variety of applications, such as for extraction of semantic information from medical images, from fingerprint images, from electron microscopy images of semiconductor circuits, and optical characters. And lastly, we have a novel computational imaging technique inspired from optical physics that performs contrast enhancement and offers unprecedented improvements in computational speed over conventional counterparts. For performance evaluation, we use histogram-based methods that modify image histogram distribution and have been widely adopted. As you can see, that while histogram equalization flattens the histogram and completely distorts the color space, on the other hand, Clay or contrast limited adaptive histogram equalization constructs the enhanced image by mapping the distribution of pixel intensity of the input image with some constraints and adaptive control, but it brings out artificial details in the image. This is true for Clay whenever the input image has a spike in the histogram. However, our new method enhances the image naturally and at the same time is orders of magnitude faster than current techniques. Thereby, it can enable real-time applications such as live video broadcasting. Finally, as an example of application of these algorithms to solve real-world problems, I present before you all Cytolive. Now, Cytolive is the name of the live cell tracking software which could be used for accelerating efforts in drug discovery. The tool was developed in Jalari Lab and in collaboration with Professor Alexander Hoffman from the Institute for Quantitative and Computational Biosciences at UCLA. The problem we are addressing is the high cost of drug development by being able to catch the failures at an early stage. We think this could be done using computational imaging. The reason behind the high cost of drug development is the high failure rate of almost 96%, including a 90% failure rate during the clinical development stage. Now, this failure rate could be controlled by taking several measures. For example, having a better representation by enlarging the patient cohort. Another means to regulate the failure rate at an early stage is to comprehensively understand the underlying biological mechanism of cell behavior to a targeted drug during the discovery phase. And this understanding of underlying biological mechanisms is achieved through live cell imaging. Unlike traditional fixed endpoint cell assays, which give a point in time snapshot of cellular responses, live cell imaging provides a fuller, more realistic visualization of cellular functions, behaviors, and pathways. So, by examining how the cells are responding to a targeted drug over a long period of time, drug development can be achieved. But live cell imaging is technically challenging, as cells are mostly water, which makes them transparent. At the same time, to prevent cells from being killed because of overexposure to light, the long duration experiments are done in a low light level environment, which makes these images inherently low contrast, noisy, and have uneven illumination. This lowers down the accuracy of any cell detection method. Our software offers best-in-class performance for low contrast cell detection compared to any conventional cell detector that have very limited dynamic range and also no equalization ability to overcome the limitations imposed by the imaging system. For example, if you look at this image, these transparent cells are hardly visible. Now, using Cytolive, the cells can be seen in the uneven contrast areas. Once we are able to capture these low contrast cells, we can track them with high accuracy both over time and space, and even in the presence of low light level conditions, thereby preserving the inherent cell behavior. So now let's look at the demonstration of the capabilities for live cell tracking of our tool. To start with, we have the raw data. We apply our feature detection method face-rich transform to identify cells. And then as the cells are recognized, they are assigned a unique ID, which is tracked both over time and space, generating information on how the cells are dividing. The experiment shown here was conducted over a period of 4 days. The computational biologists took around 30 days to manually annotate the data. Now, Cell Profiler, which is the state-of-the-art open source software tool, took around 7 hours to analyze this experiment. But our tool automated this very lengthy process and computed the lineage result in just few minutes. Our tool not only generates the parent cell daughter information, but also a rich feature data set comprising of individual cell area, eccentricity, velocity. This rich data set can help in understanding mechanisms that control critical biological events of cell population, such as proliferation, differentiation, or cell fate decisions, which are crucial for understanding the cell behavior to a drug. For instance, I show you here evolution of each cell through its life cycle in a large population. To show this, I plot the cell area as it changes over time in different phases of the cell life cycle. Each blue dot is an individual cell and each red dot is the mean area of all cells present at a particular instant of time. As you can see, the mean area first increases with time, which corresponds to the mitosis phase. This is biologically consistent as we have seen that just before the division, cells experience an increase in size and thereby an increase in the cell area. Now, after a certain point of time, because of the phototoxicity, the cells start to die. This is referred to as the apoptosis phase. As cells start dying, they first shrink in size and hence the area decreases and eventually they die or just become blur in the background. Another key observation is the sudden peaks of increment in the total number of cells, which corresponds to various generations of cell daughter. So in conclusion, I would like to say that I presented before you a new way of designing natural algorithms that have their root in physics or optics and can show unprecedented performances. Also, nature need not be limited to design of physical machines, but should be extended to creation of new computational algorithms. And we expect that this new paradigm will lead to a new class of algorithms that are direct, energy efficient, while providing unprecedented functionality. For instance, Cytolive, which is a lifestyle tracking software that builds on physics inspired methods presented today, solves the problem of lifestyle tracking in low light level environment and can accelerate efforts in drug discovery. Thank you. Here is a list of references.